We're back in Chicago for the World Shidokan semifinals.
For this evening, from Lithuania, Kestutis Arbocius. And from Japan, Ryo Sakai.
Here's the start of round one, the second semifinal match. I'm Dave Kricka, joined by Johnny Bellino, calling all the tremendous Shidokan martial arts action here tonight. Whoa, speaking of action there, we see some right off the bat. Johnny, the winner of this fight is going to go ahead and face Frederick Aguilar from France to see who will be crowned the middleweight world Shidokan champion in the final bout tonight.
Well, you know I like this Arbocius, but I'll tell you something. If anybody can beat that veteran Aguilar, it would be Arbocius here. I've been very impressed with him so far.
Well, let's see what the Japanese fighter Ryo Sakai has to offer as he, whoa, takes a kick, roundhouse kick right to the head.
Well, apparently not much, because there goes Arbocius.
Well, let's not speak too soon. Sakai is a tremendous fighter out of Japan. This fight is just getting started. Oh, and there's a jumping, spinning roundhouse kick to the head, followed by a knee, and he's not done, a sweep. What a tremendous combination there.
No, and no sooner than he's up and then he's down again. This Arbocius is a machine.
John, Arbocius is throwing every combination imaginable at Sakai. Sakai's been able to bounce back, though, mounting his own attack here.
Well, I don't think Sakai is going to be anywhere near strong enough to handle Arbocius.
Getting dumped to the canvas like that will take its toll on any fighter.
You know, Dave, what's the difference maybe? We talked earlier about the style between the Europeans and the South Americans or Central Americans. What about the Asian fighter and the American fighter, or the European fighter?
The Japanese fighters have a much more straight-on fighting approach. You'll notice very squared up. Arbocius, however, is very methodical, very sporadic in his attack. He's able to move, cut off the ring, use circular motion, use grabbing, different angles, really throwing Sakai off.
You know, it's like a puncher fighting a boxer, only Arbocius boxes and punches.
Oh, and there's a tremendous throw. Very powerful throw there at the end of the round. Here we are in round two. Full contact karate.
Dave, you think Sakai's going to last this long?
Oh, definitely. Sakai will go on through this fight. He's a tremendous fighter. He doesn't quit. Oh, he just took a round kick to the face there. And you see Arbocius grabbing that gi in a sabaki motion, using circular motion in order to throw his opponent. And there's a spinning heel kick that takes Sakai down. John, you may be right. I don't know if Sakai is going to be able to make it.
Well, the referee's just as important as the two guys in the ring, and they've got a good one in Jordan Dolan. Jordan was an original Shidokan participant and a member of the organization, so they've got quality in the ring in the form of the referee as well as the competitors.
Back with the action here. You see that grabbing again from the fighters.
You know, I'd think because Sakai is a leaner kind of fella, he'd be more of a boxer, but Arbocius has just taken over all aspects of this event.
There we see a throw. Slow throw there, taking Sakai down to the ground now with the full force. And there's a sharp knee to the head. He's hitting him with everything here tonight, Johnny.
Just how many times can a guy go down like that without getting so totally out of shape that he can't fight back at all?
Well, these throws will definitely take their effect on a fighter. I've seen fighters knocked out. I've seen fighters injured from throws. If you land the wrong way, a throw can be as effective as a punch or a kick for a knockout technique. Two low kicks exchanged there by the fighters, both landing on the legs. Very painful.
Well, neither fighter looks the worse for wear as far as I can see, because I don't see anybody breathing heavily.
There goes down goes Sakai again. He jumps back up, ready to fight. High roundhouse kick thrown by Arbocius. Both fighters feeling each other out here again. There's some knees. Two knees landing on Sakai in the end of the round.
We'll be back with more Shidokan kickboxing. We're back in Chicago, where things don't look good for Ryo Sakai.
Here we see the two fighters squaring off in the full contact karate phase. You see the sabaki technique there from Arbocius, downing Sakai. And here they are, Arbocius in the purple trunks, Sakai in the black trunks, the kickboxing rounds. Let's see if Sakai can turn it up here, John. I know he's a very good kickboxer out of Japan. Maybe he can make a comeback here against Arbocius.
He looks like he's got a little height, but not nearly the strength, so it'll be interesting to see what he does to get to Arbocius.
Well, you got to remember, whoever wins this fight is going to go on to the final, so they both want to win this fight. I don't see either of them quitting.
Sakai took a strong punch to the jaw and a knee as well. I think he's not going to make it to the finals if he continues at this rate. He's hopelessly behind to me.
Well, he's behind, but he's trying to wear down Arbocius. If you notice, he's trying to chop that lead leg down with those inside low kicks.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're way behind and you keep on coming shows the greatest kind of courage.
Well, Sakai and Arbocius, anybody who fights in the Shidokan definitely has courage. And there's a left right over the top to Sakai.
Well, this Arbocius could be a good boxer, too.
He's good at everything. There we see Sakai getting dumped down to the canvas. It's probably the 8th time he's been down on the mat, John.
Notice how he squares up in his boxing. His punches are very straight, and it's not just one punch at a time, it's a 1-2 combination.
Arbocius is stalking Sakai here. Waiting. There's a spinning back kick, just falls short.
Well, that was one time that Sakai avoided some punishment there, but what does he have to do to get Arbocius off of him?
He's got to do a couple things, John. First of all, he's got to stay off the canvas. He's been on the mat at least 8 times this fight. We haven't even gotten to the grappling rounds.
Well, he can't stay inside because he's not strong enough, and by being outside, Arbocius just takes him apart, so it's going to be a long night.
Well, Sakai has to fight Arbocius from his distance. If he's not fighting him from his distance, Arbocius is able to throw combinations and techniques at will, and not only throw them, but land them. There's the end of the round.
Round 4. Let's see if Sakai can figure his way out of this mess. He's been taking a terrible beating for the first 3 rounds, and things don't look like they're going to be any different because he just got hit by a right and a left by Arbocius.
Well, he's got an uphill battle here, John, as he goes down to the mat again. If anybody can climb that mountain, it'll be Sakai. You got to give this guy credit. He has not quit. He has taken a tremendous beating, and he still comes back swinging.
You know, you're right. It does take a lot of courage when you know you don't have the strength and you don't have the speed to overcome these odds and not just quit.
Well, there's a little spunk there from Sakai with a low kick. Could be mounting a comeback. He's throwing another low kick there to the inside leg.
There's a lot of backing up, though, by Sakai.
Oh, and here, some hands thrown by Arbocius.
There you go. Now you know what you're talking about here. Lefts and rights, more lefts and more rights, and Arbocius has opened up his arsenal of power.
How is Sakai standing on his own 2 feet after that?
I don't know. Sakai looked like he was helpless, but he hung in there, and he's taken another 8 count, but he's still standing.
Not many fighters I know could have withstood that barrage.
I know I don't want to be in there.
Bleeding from the mouth, definitely taking punishment from those combinations there. See if he can mount a comeback of his own. There's a left hook. Squaring up again.
Arbocius doesn't even look like he's breathing heavily.
Oh, and there's a low kick. Just tearing up that leg of Sakai. Oh, and a left hand. Sakai is out on his feet, John.
It looks to me like he's going to take another 8 at least.
Well, he is standing.
Don't see anything from the corner. He looks like he's going to stay again.
He's ready to go. He's ready to go. What a fighter.
He's rocked again, though, by Arbocius.
Oh, and there's that low kick.
That's the end of round 4. We'll be back with the grappling in a minute. We're back in Chicago, and if you've just tuned in, we're in the middle of a hellacious fight.
Here we see Kestutis Arbocius just rocking the head and the body of Ryo Sakai from Japan. Unbelievable combinations here. How Sakai manages to stay up, I have no idea.
Look at those punches rock Sakai's head just back like a bullet.
Well, look at Sakai try to throw hooks back, fighting back out of this. Amazing. What tenacity. And we're back in the 5th round. 5-ounce gloves, the grappling rules. We have Sakai in the black trunks, Arbocius in the purple. And they are, oh, and there's a right hand down Sakai right off the bell. Sakai is right back up.
You don't have to be an expert to expect that with these 5 ounces that wasn't going to happen. But what is surprising is Sakai's up again.
There we could see some grappling. Fighters are staying with the striking. Oh, there's an incidental punch. There's no striking when the fighters are on the ground. The referee warning Arbocius of that.
Well, Sakai is bobbing and weaving like an untouched boxer and is even trying to throw a few punches of his own, but to no avail.
His energy level is still there. Amazing. Amazing conditioning from all these fighters tonight.
But there goes Arbocius again, almost at will. Well, at will.
I don't know if we're going to see any grappling here. I think Arbocius wants to take Sakai out with the hands or with the feet. There's a knee. Oh, there's a knee. He's down, but he pops right back up.
You know, Dave, I don't have any words to explain or describe the courage on this. Sakai, and again, he's down. This guy just won't quit.
There's the towel, John, from the corner, doing the right thing, protect the fighter. He's taken enough punishment. What tremendous courage and heart displayed by Sakai from Japan.
You know, there's a standing ovation out here, and I don't know whether it's for Sakai or Arbocius. Probably for both.